What's the emotion there, Sean? Are you frustrated, annoyed?
No, I think you're frustrated but disappointed. You know, you can't help but be disappointed. You know, you can see the goal that cost you in the dying embers of the game is obviously disappointing, and particularly it was completely avoidable. You know, we didn't need to give the corner away. You know, I'm starting at the reverse here and going back to the beginning, but we didn't need to give the corner away in the first place.
I mean, one of the teams you can work either way if you get someone sent off.
Yeah, I mean, it's first off we didn't quite get to grips with it. That was obvious. You know, they without making too many chances, they still opened up pockets of play against us where we just didn't find that the moments apart from the goal. Great, really good goal from Dyche, and he was another shining light again today. But overall, first half, we didn't really affect the game. A couple of maybes, but we didn't really control the game. Second half, of course, we had a chat at half time. We controlled the game, and you know, by the end of it, you're kind of waiting for the moment of quality and the moment of clarity, and we never found that. We found a couple of maybes for sure, and Dwight's unlucky from distance, and one lands to Corky, which is a really good chance, and Woody's a margin. I think it was offside actually. I think it was a margin offside, and. Before we go on to the penalty shout, you know, Vids gets in behind, but the real moments, the real clear moments, you know, we didn't quite find them. As much as our dominance with the ball, we didn't find them moments. As much as our crossing, the amount of cross we put in, them real, you know, the cross that we all know are the real hard ones to deal with. We didn't find their moments, and then you go into the last stage of the game, and you're always fearful as a manager about set piece late in the game because the what ifs, and unfortunately they scored. I don't know where you were.
No, but having got back in the game, you say sort of control the second half, but Casper
yeah.
He's not.
Well, he makes a save of Vids at the end, and like I said, we should be not testing him. We should be scoring on a couple of occasions, but we didn't test him nonetheless. Like I say, it can be difficult though. You know, 4-4-1-1 away from home, they're making defensive substitutions at the end, so they're obviously thinking we'll take this. You know, and you have to keep knocking on the door, and you have to keep finding them pockets. You have to keep opening up the moments, and we nearly did, but that's been a challenge ongoing for years here, and certainly this season when we've had good amounts of play, good possession. Same against Palace. Palace were a good performance, you know, but you lose, you know, and that's the key thing. You've got to win games, and you know we never found the moments that count, the real quality that you need to score goals. And credit to Leicester, they you know second half they camped in 4-4-1. Look for the counter, which they didn't really do that many times actually, but they go away with a win, and that's, you know, we've had to do that many times.
It's a worrying trend for conceding late goals this season, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's sometimes the challenge of it. You know, I mean, a lot of the ones have not been deciders, so that, you know, sometimes if you're down in a game, especially early season, you know, you're chasing the game, that happens. But today, when it's a tight one and it costs you, well, then that's well, not enjoyable. Let's put it that way.
Referee the only one in the ground that didn't think it was a pen?
I just think, you know, I'm not going to start harping on about it. Everyone knows my feelings, but I just think it's a sad state of the game where people can touch you on the shoulder and somehow your legs buckle and it's a penalty, and Charlie Taylor falls naturally, which I've spoken about many times. I haven't seen it in slow motion, by the way. I've seen it in fast motion. Not at the game, I've seen it on the monitor, but in fast motion. I think you do well to find that he hasn't touched him. And therefore, I keep getting told that if you touch him on the arm, your legs can go under you. But he gets touched on the foot. But apparently today, your legs not allowed to go under you. And because he falls naturally. I feel for the referees, I really do, because I think their eyes now are that trained to dive in and all that sort of nonsense that when someone does a real fall, they don't get a penalty. But there's more to it today. You know, that's no excuses. You know, we should have taken care of ourselves other than that. But of course, at 1-1. That's a really big moment, you know, and they're basically camped in defending, so that's a big moment.
The goals against a worry. I mean, Tom's not making many saves.
Well, it's not enjoyable. You know, I think we didn't have as big a threat there, you know, and if you have a bigger threat forward and in your attacking motion, that often secures the back line. You know, the biggest forms of defence is attacking, and it's not how you imagine, it's the actual psychology of it. And you know, if you're not finding the key moments in attack, sometimes you're wondering as a defensive unit, you know, are they going to find them? Because let's face it, they didn't have many. So there is that edge that comes with it, you know, and a bit of nervousness in the stadium and all them things. You know, it affected us first. It didn't affect us in as much second half, you know, the feeling in the stadium. And I thought the stand stayed with it, to be fair to them. They stayed with it, kept willing us on. So, yeah, it's a tight call on that side of things. But you know, 8 unbeaten not so long ago, that's the madness of the Premier League, you know. So we've got to remind ourselves of the good work there, make sense of what's just happened in the last 4 games, and then take it forward.
You're looking for that sort of clinical, you know, that killer moment. You've been without Stephen for most of the season, Robbie for most of the season, you know, since Christmas and so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, but I think you believe in the squad, and I think, you know, Johan's getting back to fitness, Robbie's getting back to fitness, Dwight's been a shining light. So no, I think we've certainly got players who can give us their moments, and of course you've forward players as well. But I'm on about more of the production. You know, it's an ongoing challenge for us. You know, it's not easy in the Premier League to open teams up. We know that.
Using all your experience you've got at the stage of the season, isn't it? I mean, you personally got the club as well in this position before, and you've gone out of it. So there's a confidence to doing that, but it's knowing how to keeping calm sort of thing.
Well, I think the overview is what I said after Liverpool. You know, from where we were at Christmas to where I know you take it all day, but then when you zoom into the reality of this moment, then it's not enjoyable, you know, losing a game like that. And then you analyse the details, and that's what's changed. In the run of 8 without a loss was doing details in both boxes well. And I reminded the players of that before the game. And like I say, today, not that much wrong, but we needlessly gave away a corner we didn't need to give away. And then, you know, you've got a chance of conceding from a set piece. And sometimes you just need a little bit of the rub of the green as well, you know, not just the analysis. You need them moments to, it hits Charlie Taylor, it balloons up in the air, lands straight on their fella's head. You know, that you want them to go with you, not just against you.
What did you make of Dwight McNeil's performance?
No, so I thought he was good again. I think he's continues to grow. I think I'm enjoying everything he's doing. I think one of his best things is when he has a lull in a game, it doesn't put him off. He keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and he'll give you another moment. And I think that's a real, you know, for a young man, that's a real powerful thing to do, because when you're young, performances, I'm talking about individuals now, your individual performance can creep away from you and you're not quite sure how you get it back. He's got a fantastic weapon of, even if he's having a quiet spell, he finds another moment, you know, where he grows again. And I think that's a real credit to him. And he continues that and scored a goal and looked a threat today again.
When does he learn in at a time like this and you're in a situation like this?
Oh, fantastic. You know, all these experiences for him are superb, you know, and I think that will continue his growth, you know, as a player. Because it's not just about out there, the whole thing, you know, feeling what's going on, all of that. He'll be certainly standing in good stead.
It's where every moment counts, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I like the fact that he's not afraid to have a go either as well. So sometimes you do need to cross. Well, there was one in the second half where he shot and all his teammates were thinking, he should have crossed.
Yeah, but that's learning the game, though.
Stop him though, did he?
No, that's right.
Scored, didn't he?
Yeah, fantastic effort when he's driven inside, which is what we thought of putting him that side, because we know he can drive inside. We know he's got a cannon on the left foot. No, I think that's part of his learning, you know, but the odd mistake he makes is quickly forgiven by me. You know, he's 19, he's learning the game and learning the game at arguably the top level. And in a team that are still finding it tough at times. So, no, a massive amount of credit goes to him.
Pleased for a break now, or would you sooner just to get next games as soon as possible?
No, I think a break is valid. I think we've got a few going away on international duty. I think there's sometimes it's timing, you know, and we've had a tough run, and now it's about, okay, remind yourselves of the good work done, you know, not so long ago, just before that, and get ready for the next batch of games that comes. Really important games, as they always are. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you.